Today we're going to talk about uranium. Uranium stocks finally taking a breather, but we're going to focus on the red hot SMR sector, small modular reactors, three words that just have put Wall Street into euphoric stages. And you've seen it in the share price of Oklo and Company. But now the charts are showing some warning signs. What do they look like? What can we expect? And what should we do? Let's talk about it now. Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days, weeks, and month. Okay, so we start with the URA ETF for the uranium stocks. You know it. We have talked about it on this channel often enough. As you can see, we are finally taking a breather that was absolutely necessary after the uranium stocks went absolutely nuclear. Pun intended. But as you can see, as long as we are above the uptrend, everything is okay. Do I think we're going to test the upper blue support zone where the 50, the curvy purple line that you see here, is basically crossing as well? I do. But again, I mean, that's maybe a 10% correction. That's nothing major. So let's take a look at the hottest sector in all the nuclear energy space. And that is obviously the SMR sector. Small modular reactors, can barely speak the word, is all the rage. You see it with the blow up. I mean, what a run by Oklo. Incredible. But you also see now, okay, we have corrected quite a bit and we're starting to form a bear flag. Now, it's early, right? It's early, but every day that we stay in this range, that these candles here, so 110 to about 120, every day we stay in this range, the bear flag forms more clearly. We look at some of the other popular SMR stocks. NuScale Power, it broke the uptrend that has been in place since April today on the close. Now, we haven't confirmed yet, but warning signs, okay? We definitely have to be on the edge here. Let's look at another high flyer, GEV. Now, that's not a pure SMR play. There are really only three pure SMR stocks in the market, and that's very important to know, and we'll talk about it in a second. But this is a bigger company, so this is one of the companies that the institutions could invest in. So they were all over the stock. As you can see, it more than doubled since April. But you also see it has broken the uptrend that has been in place since April. It has started a new downtrend and it's fallen below the 50 daily for the second time in September. This is a warning sign. Let's be realistic here. We all want to make money in the market. We all love the Oklo charts, but these charts clearly show us warning signs. Now, you cannot short SMR stocks. Only an insane person shorts Oklo. Why is that? Because they're complete momentum stocks. Meaning, one Trump announcement and Oklo goes up to 200. You're going to get the flamethrower to your face if you short these stocks. So this is not an option for us. But if you are invested, you might want to think of taking some profits, because that's what the charts show us. These charts that I just showed you from Oklo, from NuScale, from GEV, they show us there's probably more downside coming. Also, I've been talking to experts from the SMR sector in the past days, and from people that work in the SMR sector. this sector is so hot. There are going to be numerous IPOs coming in the next year. I know of 3 that are in the pipeline and getting ready. Now, I can't tell you who it is, but they're dressing up to come to the market. One of the reasons why the 3 SMR stocks, so the 3 SMR stocks are Oklo, NuScale, and Nano Nuclear Energy. Why they spiked up so much is there are only 3 stocks. There are only 3 pure SMR players. Now you got GEV, you got Cameco, you got, let me get the chart for you. This is actually a good looking chart. BWX Technology. So this is one of the best looking charts, right? But they're not pure SMR plays. They profit from it, but they're not pure SMR plays. The action, the real hardcore action, will be in the pure SMR plays, clearly, right? That's kind of like the meme coins to Bitcoin. So BWX Technology, Cameco, GEV, those are like Bitcoin. These are big companies. And then Oklo is kind of in between. They have the great political connections to the White House, obviously. NuScale, definitely a very legit company as well. But here is the story that you need to understand about SMR. Everybody that I talk to that is from the sector tells me the same story independently. And that is all the SMR companies, all the companies that are in this space that are developing SMR reactors are pretty much at the same level, and we're at the beginner level. If we're talking about in football terms, we are like first quarter, like we're not at kickoff, but we're like each team had 1 possession. That's how early we are in this thing. And every company is in this stage, okay? Now they might be in different phases, but everybody's in this stage. Realistically, we are 5 to 7 years out from SMRs coming to market. Now, you hear some companies and some people tell you, oh, we can't be much faster. We can't be there in 3 years. And okay, maybe so, right? But what I hear from people from this sector that are working in this sector, that are working at this moment right here on their SMR technologies, 5 to 7 years. That's what I'm hearing. So until then, these companies basically going to make 0 revenues, definitely not a profit. They're going to raise money like crazy because they need to, because developing a nuclear reactor is super expensive. The numbers that I heard that have been thrown around is somewhere between $300 to $500 million. Knowing all this, looking at the charts, how high some of these stocks have run, how crazy they have gone. This is NuScale, right? Yeah, this is what we're talking about here as far as the craziness is concerned. Now, does that mean it's a bad company? Not at all. I'm just saying this is different than the uranium companies. The uranium companies, like Energy Fuels, for example, like URA Energy, like Cameco, they're producing uranium. They're selling uranium. These are real businesses. The SMR companies, they're basically infrastructure companies, technology infrastructure companies that are like in the planning phase. That's where we are at. So these are complete momentum stocks. And that's what you need to understand. And the second part that you need to understand is nobody knows who's going to be the winner. So if you want to play in this pool, if you want to swim in the SMR pool, I highly recommend that you divide your money among different SMR companies, because everything is very secretive with the development of SMR technology, rightfully so. So nobody really knows which technology in the end will work. It's a guesswork. So the best thing you can do is really reduce the risk by basically spraying your money among the companies. And be very, very careful with the new companies that are going to come to the market in the next year. I've heard some stories of some companies that will probably come to the market at some point, and yeah, they're there to take your money. The reason being is this is the perfect sector for dubious, let's call it like this, business people, because you don't have to show anything. You just show a couple of concept designs, and then when people ask about the details, you say, that's corporate secret. And everybody's like, yeah, that makes sense. SMR technology, I understand. So be very, very careful. Take some profits. Look at NuScale, broke below the 50 again, right? Uptrend is broken. This doesn't look good. This looks like there's going to be some major air being let out of the balloon. I know. Everybody wants to hear what's the next hot stock to buy and to make money. But you know what's just as important? Keeping your money if you're invested in it. So selling is a crucial part of investing. And I know on YouTube, everybody just gives you more and more buy recommendations, and they don't talk about these things anymore. But here at Hot Trades of the Day, we do things a little different. And yeah, sometimes I'm early with the sell recommendations, but at least I stand by them, and at least I tell you and warn you guys, hey, this looks dangerous. Maybe you want to take some profits. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and that's it for today. Have a great day. We'll talk soon. The markets never sleep. Bye-bye.